Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you are so very welcome indeed. We're wasting no time today. We're getting right into it. So I took advice from a lot of you in the comment section, and I am aghast at Wendy, Osefo, and Eddie. I understand now why this is such a huge story. My God, she really thought that she was the queen of the castle at the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Call me Dr. Wendy. Address me correctly.
I now understand it. Bragging every single day, all day, for anybody that would listen. I have 4 degrees. I am teaching. I am this. I am that. I am this fabulous. I am so fabulous that I just lift up into the sky like a cloud. My God, that was a lot to take. I now understand. And you know, Eddie had his weed business, Happy Eddie. So I think that they got high on their supply, because I can understand why the eyeballs just kind of rolled right out of the sockets and fell on the floor with the mouth to match. My God. Well, do you see? You know, at the end of the day, this is what we talk about, that appearances can be very deceiving. Appearances can be deceiving, and to the point that even our wonderful Andy was left speechless. Andy did not know what to say. He said, I just know as much as you guys know, because he gotta keep it safe, he gotta keep it clean. But Wendy loops. Why? I just have to say that it does not match up with your bragasaurus. You bragged so much. You felt so above everybody. You had this smug persona that you were beyond fabulous. You were the classiest of them all. You were above the others. Only for you to go to Jamaica with the family, come back and tell lies that you were robbed. Oh, there's too much noise. Let me close the window. Hold on. There we go. Much better, much better. And you know, just for you to bragasaurus and think that you're above everybody else, that's why this is so shocking. Because I was trying to understand, like I had said yesterday, that I had no idea who Wendy was. And had I seen her, I would have thought that she was some Nigerian celebrity. I didn't know who she was. And Wendy, you had your mother on the show, so you know that your mother is feeling this shame 100%. I will continue to ask why. If you were this fabulously educated individual, of which, might I add, a lot of Nigerians are. 99.999 Nigerians all have bachelor's degrees. Even the houseboys and housegirls have bachelor's degrees. Education is top of the line. For those of you that don't know, I have a bachelor's degree. Yes, I studied business administration, graduated, and went on to UCLA, where I studied a bachelor's again, marketing advertising, and then I went to the fabulous Actors Studio, where I studied theater. And you had to have a bachelor's to enter Actors Studio in NYU. So we are heavily educated, but that does not mean that you have to be condescending and put your nose up in the air, when in actual fact, when push comes to shove, you're a thief. It's hard for me to put the two in one sentence describing Wendy Osefo after I've done my research. It's just heartbreaking. It continues to be heartbreaking, because we also have reports that Dr. by the way, Wendy Osefo, that she has been let go of her position, faculty position at Wesleyan University. Wendy's rep told people on October the 14th that she formally submitted her letter of resignation prior to any public announcement made by the university. The university, I don't have to make a public announcement. All they have to do is to call you in and say, Wendy, my darling, you know what? You take care of this before we do. End of conversation. It's just absolutely disastrous. Anyway, the Osefos, they have now broken their silence, so to speak. And this is what they have to say. The Real Housewives of Potomac star Wendy Osefo and her husband Eddie Osefo have broken their silence after their arrest of alleged fraud. The couple were arrested on Thursday night in Westminster, Maryland, with a grand jury indicting both for insurance fraud, conspiracy insurance fraud, and making a false statement to a police officer, according to court documents reviewed by Us Weekly. Now, a representative for Osefo say the couple are back home and look forward to their day in court. Dr. Wendy and her husband Edward Osefo are back home safely with their family and are in good spirits. Well, we saw that when we saw their mugshots, because they looked like they were very much in good spirits and they looked high. Drop it down in the comments if that's how you felt. They are grateful for the outpouring of concern and support from friends, fans, and colleagues, a representative for Wendy said in a statement obtained by Us Weekly. The Osefos, alongside their legal team, look forward to their day in court. At this time, they respectfully ask for privacy as they focus on their family and legal process ahead. The couple are accused of alleging they had their designer bags and jewelry stolen from their home during a vacation to Jamaica, but police learned several of the belongings worth $20,000 had allegedly been returned to the stores. Had allegedly been returned to the stores they had been purchased at for a full refund prior to when they said the burglary had occurred. Disgrace. Oh, this is really petty. They are accused by prosecutors of claiming a $450,000 personal property loss with an insurance company. The Daily Mail has reached out to the couple for comment, but did not immediately hear back. What? Did you hear back from them? Wendy was also allegedly seen wearing a diamond ring she claimed had been stolen during the burglary in a social media post uploaded after the alleged theft. So this is not alleged. This is fact. Like they saw the ring, but they have to make sure that it is the ring, I guess, in certain ways. The police investigated and allegedly learned other belongings the couple claimed to have been stolen were returned to the stores they were purchased at, where a full refund was provided prior to the alleged burglary. Wendy and her husband were released on Friday and released on a $50,000 bond. In a press conference, which I showed yesterday, the police claim it all started after deputies responded to their home on the 7th of April at around 10:13 p.m. for a reported burglary after Eddie called 911 to report the alleged theft. The couple claimed that they had been burglarized sometime between the 2nd to the 7th of April that year during their trip to Jamaica. They alleged that their designer handbags, jewelry valued at more than $200,000 had been missing from their primary bedroom, which police noted was ransacked with a mattress thrown from the bed onto the floor to give an indication that a burglary did occur. This is heavily embarrassing. My God. Anyway, there was a fabulous comment in the comment section, and I want to recite it for you because I thought, you know what, this person is really intelligent. Insurance is a legal scam. So if you are going to scam your insurer, then do it right. This is from Nyan Dozie. They were sloppy. Secondly, if I was her husband, I would take the charges and tell her to tell everyone else that I coerced her into committing these crimes with me so that A, our children have a mother, B, she can now get brand endorsements, spin-off shows as the professional victim, because they're going to need income. They're going to need some stream of income in there. And Eddie is a lawyer, as well as having this side business, you know, to get high. Happy Eddie. And I don't think that he will be allowed to practice law after this, most especially once they are found guilty. So somebody has to stay afloat, because this is the Titanic right here. Everything is sinking and it's not looking good. The comment goes on to say, this is no different to what anyone in Hollywood has done. I found this very interesting. Kylie and Chris falsified her company's taxes to make it seem that it was turning over $1 billion so they could sell the company at a higher price. I'm going to slot in there allegedly. Baby girl, I don't know, or baby boy, I don't know. I don't know whether you know as fact. I don't know whether you were in the boardroom. They were not arrested. Nobody has gone over there. So I'm going to help you out with this comment and say allegedly. But I found it quite juicy. That was why I needed to read it. Moving along. We live in a society where the lawless are doing better than the lawful. Oh my God. Let me stay lawful. You know why? I need peace. I need peace in my heart. I need peace when I am sleeping. Let me pay my taxes. I introduced you guys to my fabulous accountant yesterday, Mo. Mo is fabulous, fabulous, fantastic accountant. And I'm happy. I'm happy. Like I've said before, and I'll say it again, my father said, pay to Caesar what is Caesar's and to God what is God's. And she continues, or he or she continues. But if you are going to attempt to beat the system, make sure you win. Now that I agree. Wearing reportedly stolen goods in public spaces is stupidity. For somebody who is so highly educated, 4 degrees and counting, and a doctor as well in your profession, not a medical doctor, but you had a PhD, you are terribly stupid. And again, like I said, you deserve the full extent of the law. It's embarrassing, it's humiliating, and I see why it's a huge story, because Wendy just thought that she was the be-all and end-all. And I humbly say that if I were to suspect anybody, any housewife, I would not have picked Wendy. I wouldn't have picked her. All right, my darlings, what am I wearing? I'll tell you what I am wearing. I am wearing a jacket that I bought from Primark, and I am also wearing my tee. I live for my t-shirts. They're just so fabulous. And this one that I am wearing is what is delayed is not denied. What is delayed is not denied. It means 100 million things to me. And I started my business, my brand at 55. And it means that what is delayed, baby, is not denied. I just live for it. You can wear them casually. You can wear them to the office. It's just such a sharp V. And I tell you why. Because all the makeup on your chin and everything, I thought, Fumi, give them a fabulous V where you can wear your necklaces and everything. It just works. It's a shirt and it's a t-shirt. How about that? And it layers up, and then I'm just wearing these fabulous red pants just to pop off, you know, on the red jacket. I've worn this with white. I wore this white in summer, and then now that we are going into autumn, winter, I decided to give it some brick red. Darlings, I am going to be hosting, yes me, hosting the African Fashion Awards on the 25th of this month. This month, I am so booked and busy. I'm living and loving. I hope to see all of you there. It is going to be absolutely fabulous. And I have all sorts of outfits that I'm going to be wearing. I'm so super duper excited. And darlings, it's going to be an event of events. There's going to be lots of jokes and all kinds. And yeah, I cannot wait to see you there. All of my love, my darlings. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, to hit the notification button. And I will see you what? I'll see you sooner than later. Mwah. All of my love. Ciao. Yes, I do. Look, back up. Have you noticed that I refuse to give any of this away? It's always sold out. Always what? It's always sold out. So, guys, what do I think about our slippery lime shampoo? Let me show you something. Let me show you something. And for the benefit of other shampoo products, I covered them. I had to do this test because I needed to prove a point. And I don't want to bring up any other product or brand, but these are other shampoos that I've had. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to take them out one by one. Let me put my slippery slime here. I'm going to bring it out one by one, and I'm going to pour it out for you to see. Yeah, look at the consistency. Look at the consistency. Okay, that is one. Look at the consistency of this one. Okay. Look at the consistency of this. Oh God. Look at the consistency of this. Look at the consistency of slippery slime shampoo by Healthy Hair Studio, created by a trichologist called ENITAN. It's a beast. It won't even. Just look. If you are asking me, Fumi, a slippery lime shampoo, Healthy Hair Studio, created by trichologist ENITAN, is it FDV approved? It is absolutely FDV approved. It is absolutely FDV approved. Go right ahead and use my discount code Fumi and get you.